Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be installing a Molle panel for the tailgate on the Bronco by Xomzema. Let's get it installed and check it out. A big thank you to Xomzema for providing the product for this video. This is a powder coated stainless steel Molle panel that attaches to the tailgate on the Bronco, and it comes with 3 pouches included in the kit as well, and all the mounting hardware needed. There is a large zippered bag with plenty of storage inside. A slightly smaller bag for tools and accessories. And the smaller one has a drawstring on it. It's more of a trash bag style. First things first, you're going to need to open the tailgate. I laid down some blue painter's tape to make sure I don't scratch the paint as I install this. Using a trim tool, feed from under the left hand side and pop the 4 clips along the bottom. The top is then hooked underneath, so just pull it towards you and down. These are the 4 clips you were releasing originally. Remove the painter's tape, and now you can move on to the next step. You're going to make a small T-shaped connector out of these 4 pieces and this bracket. Feed the small screw through the washer, then through the bracket, install the rubber grommet, and then add on the oblong shaped nut. Don't tighten it all the way down, as this is how you're going to mount it to the tailgate. Add the second one on the other side, and then repeat for the other bracket. You're going to slide the oblong nuts through the slots in the upper right hand side of the tailgate. Slide your finger underneath and turn the oblong nut perpendicular to the slot. Using a 2.5mm hex wrench, you can tighten these down. Keep hold of that oblong nut as you do so, and don't tighten it down all the way. You may have to adjust it later. You're going to repeat the process on the other side, but here notice there's a cutout for the wiring harness. Line up the nuts with the slot, slide it in, tighten it down. And you'll see with this one there's nowhere to put my finger behind there, so I'm pulling out the bracket slightly to put some tension on it. For the lower mounting point, you're going to use the larger screw, nut, washer and rubber grommet. And this is how you're going to put it together. Screw, washer, panel, rubber grommet and oblong nut. Put one of these on each side of the panel. Then you're going to use these 5 bolts to put the 2 panels together, using a 3mm hex wrench. Once put together, you're going to line up this hook and the oblong nut into this slot at the bottom of the tailgate. I chose to hand tighten a bolt in this hole at the top just to hold it in place while I install it. Using a 3mm hex wrench, you can start to tighten these down. I found that while tightening it down, putting a tool in on the right hand side there and holding the oblong nut perpendicular to the slot made it a lot easier to tighten it down. And the same goes here on the right hand side. Using the 4 remaining screws, I'm going to attach the top of the Molle panel to the main brackets that we installed earlier on, using a 4mm hex wrench. Before tightening it all down, you've got these 2 rubber grommets, a large one and a small one. The small one goes behind the 3rd bolt in the middle of the Molle panel, the large one goes behind the 2nd bolt nearer the top of the Molle panel. They just rest behind there, and then as you tighten it down, the Molle panel crushes the rubber grommets. That's the Molle panel installed, and now you can install the bags. Now these bags do not have the Molle webbing across the back, it's purely straps. So you're going to weave them through the Molle panel. And then fasten the clasps at the bottom. You're going to use the same process for the second bag as well. And then close up the clasps at the bottom. Now this smallest bag does have the Molle webbing across it, so you're going to feed the straps through the Molle panel and then back through the Molle webbing on the bag. That gives a really secure fit. And there you have it, a nice sturdy steel Molle panel on the back of the tailgate. It's going to hold a lot of weight. It's also cushioned with those rubber grommets we put in there, so it doesn't rattle, it doesn't make a noise at all.
As you can see, it was very easy to install. It's just 2 panels that you bolt together and then you can install it. Just got to watch out for those bolts in the corners. They have like a T shape to them and you just need to feed it through, twist it. I found that if you put a tool in there and hold it in place, that makes it a lot easier to tighten them down. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give the video a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.